Back in the 70s, board games and improv theater had a baby, and it was called the role-playing game. These games allowed a generation of kids to live out their dreams of slaying dragons and saving kingdoms, all while sitting in their bedrooms and basements. Today, gaming has moved into the cultural mainstream, and role-playing games are back with a vengeance. Join us now as 5 of these former kids come out of the basement and onto the internet to experience adventure, mystery, and obscure pop culture references. It's time for Roll for Combat.
Hey there, welcome to Roll for Combat. I'm your GM and host, Stephen Glicker, and in this week's show, the boys prepare for their trip to Ukalam, and that means shopping spree. Also, I give some more information about the free trip to PaizoCon. Just a little bit of a heads up. Next week, you guys can finally enter. It'll be the last time I ask a question of you, and we'll have everything ready, and you can start entering. And then we're going to pick a winner by the end of the month. So, a few things, and then we'll get right into the show. So, remember last week I said we were going to have a special interview this week? Well, I'm actually going to push it to next week, but I'll tell you all about it. I met with the Order of the Amber Die. If you don't know who they are, look them up. You've probably heard of them. They've been featured on the Paizo blog. Basically, they're a gaming group that's been around since 1987, and they play games. Basically D&D and Pathfinder. But what makes them unique is when they play, they play. What they do is they usually get together and they play like for 4 or 5 days straight. They barely eat, they barely sleep, and when they play like 20 hours a day. So by the 5th day, they're like completely fried. They play Pathfinder Adventure Paths, and they usually play one module in about 4 days. Anyhow, they are playing the Runes of Aslanth, and they are up to Module 3, and they had their annual meeting this weekend, and I went over to go see them, hang out with them, check out their lair, and interview them, and they are awesome. They're actually amazingly similar to our group, which is actually one of the reasons I always wanted to meet with them. I can never quite get it together because I was always away when they were meeting, because it's usually during the holidays. But this time I was finally able to meet with them. And they are in New Jersey, which is very close to where I am. So I just went over there, checked it out, did a cool interview. Actually, it was really long. I'm going to probably break it up into multiple parts. And I will have that on next week's show. They're a real fascinating group, as they're kind of the type of guys that if you ever wanted to live your life and play just D&D and Pathfinder and sort of have your entire house decorated like that, well, these guys do that. It's awesome. Also this week for the GM tip, I got inspired by the Order of the Amber Die, and my GM tip is going to be how to keep your game going, because we've managed to play just as long as they have, and it's not easy. It's work. So I'm going to give some tips on how to keep your game going and not have it die out, so you guys can keep on playing. Also, I wanted to give a shout out to Jason, who writes our Talking Combat. If you don't check that on the website, please do. It's every Thursday. Jason does a recap of each episode, and his recaps are fantastic. And last week I had a recap, my GM tip was about NPCs and how people play them. And I kind of ran a little bit out of steam when I was talking about it. I didn't quite cover everything I wanted to cover, but Jason sort of filled in the gaps, and he wrote an amazing Talking Combat where I talk about the great benefits of having players play NPCs, and he talks about the pitfalls. So it sort of was like rounding out what I spoke about. So definitely check that out. Also this week, we are going to be filming our first episode of Roll for Combat Starfinder Society. It's going to be the same group as last week. It's the normal Roll for Combat crew, plus Rob Tremarco and Jason Keeley. And I will tell you, I got all their characters as I was putting it into the program, and they are playing very different characters in Starfinder Society. In fact, I'd say Chris Beamer, he looks like he might be trying to break the game. Or rather, it looks like he went nuts and took a Pathfinder character and tried to fit it into Starfinder. It's going to be pretty weird. Plus, Bob has another wacko character, and Jason went in a different direction. We'll say that. John actually is playing a similar character to Mo. So, Yeah, he likes to play him big and stupid, so this one is going to be similar, but different. Anyhow, we're going to be recording that this week, and then in a few weeks, I'll be posting that episode. For those of you who are regular listeners, you don't need to do anything. It's just going to be part of this podcast feed, and you can just hear it. That's right. You just keep on listening, and voila, it's going to just show up one day, magically, and you too can listen to us play Starfinder Society. I expect to do this every couple of weeks, and we're going to go through some of the more popular modules and play through the Scoured Stars campaign as well. But with that, let's get into this week's show. So last we left off, you guys managed to intimidate poor little Thomas Ang, and he spilled his guts and told you everything there was to know about everything. The two detectives helped out quite a bit. And now you know that Solstarny seemed to be kidnapped, and you have to chase and find her wherever she ended up. You guys still have a little bit to go. You still have to maybe check out the Port Authority, go back to the university, talk to the professors there. You guys might want to get some equipment if you're going to be going on a prolonged journey. But it looks like you guys are starting to wrap things up here and starting the next part of the adventure.
Yeah, don't forget we picked up a new robot, too.
John Statz is playing the Vesk soldier Mo Dupinsky.
Oh, that's right. You got the Stitch Spider, which is a wonderful piece of technology that will both heal you and sicken you at the same time. You're going to love it. Actually, who's going to take the spider?
Oh, Hiroji will volunteer to be experimental subject.
Chris Beamer is playing the Lashunta operative Hiroji.
It's one bulk.
Well, we have a spider guy, don't we? Or a robot guy,
Well, a
don't we?
robot guy. That's what I was thinking.
Bob Marquis is playing the human envoy Rusty Carter.
Yeah, Tuttle.
Well, that is irrelevant. It's a matter of who's going to take the most damage. You think?
I've been thinking about it, and I've decided Hiroji doesn't need any more loot for a long, long time. So
it's
that's
not
fine.
so much the
Yeah.
loot. It's like I seem to take a lot of damage.
I think we all agree about
so
that.
So does Mo also actually take a lot of damage.
Well, first of all, the thing looks like it can just follow behind us. I don't know.
It doesn't
why.
follow behind you. It goes on your body.
I'll recap the Stitch Spider since we did it at the very end of the session.
I thought it was cat-sized.
Yeah, no, let me go through. It's basically a small robot. It's bulbous and the size of your fist, and it has 8 spider-long, spindly legs, and it weighs 1 bulk. And what you do is you actually put it on your body, and it will crawl all over your body looking for wounds, and then it will start healing them by injecting you and stitching you up with its venom, its healing venom. It will restore 2d8 hit points, but it does take 1 minute, and it does consume one of the item's charges. In addition, you will receive a bonus to saving throws against diseases and poisons for the next hour, because the venom is healing you. However, the venom can make you sick, and you will have to do a save every time you are healed to make sure there are no nasty side effects. It has 20 charges, so it's kind of like a wand.
Oh, that's
and
great.
You can only use 5 charges per day. So it can be used 5 times per day, 20 times total. And it takes a minute, so it's not something you can use in combat, and it weighs 1 bulk.
Well, I mean, it's okay. I don't think it's probably irrelevant who carries it. Although Mo has room, I can actually carry 3 more bulk without even worrying about it. So
yeah, that sounds good.
I also have 2 bulk worth of capacity. I mean,
okay.
If you want to travel a little lighter, it's up. I don't care one way or the other.
Jason McDonald is playing the Isoki mechanic Tuttle Blacktail and his drone, Cheddar.
I kind of like you being the robot herder.
I also
kind of my bailiwick.
Yeah. I kind of like that. Even though Mo is probably going to be crying for it before anyone else. So But let's put it on Tuttle.
Why don't I carry it for now?
Yeah,
Tuttle, perhaps you can reverse engineer it.
Ooh,
Create us.
Now that's interesting.
That would be awesome.
actually,
You
Steve,
can try.
could you
the
copy?
other
Go ahead.
The other thing that would maybe make it worth me carrying is I have that USB charging port on my armor. Could I potentially recharge it that way?
Cannot be recharged. It has a
okay, I
built-in
misunderstood.
Yeah, well, this is how it works. It is experimental hybrid item, which means it's part technology and part magic. It has a reservoir inside of it of the healing serum, so it will eventually run out. So even if you manage to figure out a way to recharge it, it will run out of magic and it will run out of serum.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's basically a technology version of a wand, if you will.
It's really good, actually.
And Jason wrote it just for you guys.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
It's a
actually,
really
can you
good
paste that on the website? I mean, that'd be kind of cool for fans to actually, if they want to incorporate that
Oh,
to their
definitely.
game. Because frankly, it's pretty much. I mean, if it comes from Jason, that's canon. You know, that's something
almost. Well,
kinda
we
legal.
have been doing it as the items have been coming out. If you are listening to us right now, we are publishing and releasing those items for free. So, like the Loot Box of Wonder by Thirsty was released. I actually made a little booklet, and you can get it downloaded from the RPG Network and also our Discord for free. And I'll do the same thing with the Stitch Spider. I'm actually going to do the same thing with the Goblin Grenades and anything else that's created for us. I'm going to make sure it's released and people can use.
Am I allowed to feel like my talking combat may have played a slight role, since I mentioned that the lack of a wand was one of the things kind of holding us back?
There you go.
Yes, it was all you. In fact, Jason read it and it says, I read Jason's column and I said, you know what? I think we need a wand for Starfinder. And he did it.
You may be being sarcastic, but I choose to believe this.
Yeah, I prefer Jason's interpretation. Also, the Whispering campaign from all the people who read, Talking Combat and wrote their congressman.
There you go. In all seriousness, he and I talked a lot, and they obviously are coming out with the book of gear in, I think, July. I forgot what it's called, like the Armory or something. But until then, and there's going to be a ton of gear. But I said, there's just nothing for healing. I mean, you have potions, and that's it. And they really need something. It doesn't have to be a full wand, but you need something in there for, type guys like you who forgo magic. And he agreed. And he came up with this.
That being said, though, if you look at the stats, I have 21 stamina and 22 hit points. So that is effectively 43 hit points at level 3 with 4 resolve points, which can replenish stamina 4 times. So
you're not wrong.
A lot of personal healing.
You're not wrong.
But these monsters hit for way more. They hit for way more. And it's kind of funny. Like right now, for those of you who are listening and following along, Mo is carrying 20 I forget.
Mark 1 healing serum.
The healing
20 of those?
serums. Yeah, I've got 20 of them. It's a full bulk worth of weight on...
well, you have the bandolier.
That's the party. Yeah, that's a bandolier of healing serums. Because frankly, we were treating them like regular Pathfinder, where you just get a couple of cure light wounds.
We've run many Pathfinder. I mean, you guys know this. We've run many Pathfinder games where there's no magic user, no healer, no dedicated healer. You guys just get a couple of wands of cure light wounds, cure medium wounds, and you're done. You're ready to go. And there really isn't anything like that. And also, you keep rolling a 1 when you heal, and you've been drinking those things like they're Coke. I mean, you're just popping them pills like it's nothing, and you popping 3 of them, and you're healing 4 hit points. So.
Remember, kids, friends don't let friends do drugs.
Unless you're Mo.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to do the public service announcement.
The more you know.
Unless you live in Colorado, Washington, or California, state law applies.
Yeah. So, did we looked at the handouts? We also got some handouts last week where there were notes. And the notes made a referral to these monkey bat things that have poisonous stingers. And I was wondering if we have anybody who can deal with poison.
No. course not.
I'm
Next issue.
trained in field medicine.
Oh, that's good. That's actually good.
I think that Tuttle is as well, maybe.
Yeah, that doesn't really help that much. I mean, you guys know what poison and diseases do. This is all I know. When I was talking to the Paizo devs, they said, quote, "Oh, if you think diseases are bad, why don't you see poisons?" unquote. And we saw how bad diseases were, so that's what I'm going to say on that.
Well, a tier 1 medicine is 150 credits.
Can you tell me how many credits Hiroji has?
Hiroji has 720 credits. Rusty has 1,099. Mo has 183. And
I
Tuttle
do?
has 366. Yeah, you guys you got 700 credits from Maholi after you helped out. And that I split throughout the party, so each got an extra 175 credits. So.
Okay, so with that said, when we go shopping, and I don't know if you want to deal with this now, I want to buy an antitoxin for 150.
Well, why don't you guys maybe talk to everyone and figure out what the game plan is, and then figure out what you want to do when you go on a shopping spree.
When you say talk to everyone, I'm pretty sure we know what our game plan is. We're taking ship to the Formorian continent, and we're going to go looking for this woman who took away all the information, but also we want to find out information about this lost pyramid of the ancient elves. Is that all correct?
We have some things to do before we get there, but yeah, that's the direction we're headed.
Let's list them so we can do them in under 10 minutes.
Huh?
Let's list them so we can do them in under 10 minutes.
Okay, so first, stage 1, go to Mulholly, tell her what we found out and what our plan is. Stage 2, contact Pathfinder Society, let them know, say, look, this could be interesting, like you should sanction this, and because they're going to be interested. This is right up their alley to go to ancient ruins and
they might have some intel too.
Yeah, and not everyone gets access with visas because they're hard to come by, and we have our police friends who are hooking us up. So those are the two steps.
Have already hooked us up, I believe. So
yep, they're going to hook you guys up, and when you go to the Quabarth Port Authority, your visas will be waiting for you there.
All right, two of us go to...
And we are also going to the Port Authority?
Why?
On the way there?
That is where the Elf Gate is, and that is the only way to get to the...
Okay, so that's basically the last step. Okay.
Yeah, so that's just the journey. Okay, Mahali, we go to Mahali, we tell her we're going to the other continent.
Now, Rusty...
Ukalam. I've gotten the name of the continent.
We're heading into the, we're going to be heading into, this is my home world, we're going to be heading into very rough territory, the jungle. They're not going to be able to have your 2 p.m. tea time and your fancy clothes. And
what?
Yeah, I mean, you're going in the jungle. So welcome.
He's plenty fancy.
Wait. We're going on safari. I assume that we're going to actually have a staff of very kindly people.
Porters.
Yes, porters,
no.
Right?
No. You're going to have to...
Whoa. Now this changes everything.
I figured you might need to know this.
Can we hire for some porters? Minions?
Well, let's talk to Mulholly and see what she has to say first. Maybe the society will help hook us up.
See what we can get for free first.
Okay, so the police drive you back to the university, drop you off. They thank you for your service and want you guys to check in with them when you come back. They're very interested to find out and follow up on what happened to Sol Starney. And they also say that the visas will be waiting for you at the Port Authority when you're ready to go chase after her. And you're here. You're in front of Mahali. She looks at you and says, I'm glad you're here. Tell me, what did you find out?
We tell her.
I forget what we found out.
We have found out that the woman we've been looking for, the professor here, has obviously been kidnapped by persons unknown, and all of her information, as well as the lost information about the pyramid people of Ukalam, has been taken by a group that is trying to get to the pyramid ahead of us.
Yeah, there was 15...
I'm the only one following the plot, aren't I?
There were also 15 people on camera like registered to boy, where did we get 15 people?
There was a large group that was leaving to the site that she was supposed to go on sabbatical to.
The informant. The informant.
That's right.
Number 15.
Right, including her, who looked drugged or in bad shape, was being forced to go with them. Sure, for her knowledge of the area, something is amiss.
There's another party. Yeah.
She looks at you horrified. She's like, I can't believe this. She's kidnapped. Why? Why would they kidnap her? Who are these people? And how did they get visas to Ukalam? That is restricted area. She's just very confused. She's very confused. And she's like, of course, the university must take care of their own. She looks up at you and says, I know this is asking a lot, but could you go get her? Can you find her and bring her back? Of course, we'll give you a stipend to help you on your journey. And I think I have something else upstairs that can help you. Is that okay? Are we asking too much of you?
Rusty, what do you think?
That's absolutely fine. Also, we're going to need some research assistants. Seniors would be best, but we'll settle for freshmen and sophomores if needed.
Yeah, definitely some interns.
She seems confused. It's like, this is a extremely dangerous journey, and you're gonna need at most
support.
maybe
Yeah,
perhaps a translator. But in terms of support, you only have 4 visas, and we can't get any more. So I might be able to swing one more for a translator or a support of staff of some sort, but that's all we can swing.
Okay.
At least a grad student.
Make sure. Okay, yeah. Then we're gonna need a grad student and one that knows how to cook and clean. So.
Tuttle's actually impressed by Rusty's knowledge of academia.
Oh yeah, that is true. Roll a bluff. Well, she says she's going to give us something. We're not going to stop her from doing that. That's for sure.
She says, yes. I was going through the office, Solstarny's office, and she digs through some papers, and she pulls out a book, and she says, "Here, I think this will help you." And she hands you a sort of very worn, very dog-eared notebook.
Mo looks disappointed.
Well, it actually appears to be research notes similar to the ones that you have already, except these have more notes on them and seem to be handwritten from Zahn himself. And in fact, flipping through it, this is sort of his own personal account. It's extremely disjointed, and it looks like it was kind of torn. It looks like someone actually tore it in pieces, not in pieces, but some of the binding came off. So maybe she took some of this or was trying to take it in a hurry or something happened to it. But this actually has notes of the journey itself, which would be useful in the jungle. This is more of a, this isn't something I'm going to show you in game, but it's more of a useful in-game item that would help you when you're journeying through the jungle and trying to figure out your way through Ukalam.
So it's got like maps and
it basically is the unpublished items from the book that you have, the Pyramid People, that sort of details more of the actual travel and the journey he took to get to the Lost City.
It's like the journal that Indiana Jones's dad made for his trip.
Exactly.
Look, can we read it, or is it something that needs to be translated?
No, you can read it. It's in common, and
you wouldn't be stupid enough to carry that journal right to the enemy and have it on your person, would you?
So anyhow, it does detail how he journeyed to find the Forsaken City, and that is actually the same city that he dictates in the Pyramid People, if you remember.
That's great. That's Tuttle's first treasure. That's his first item. Congrats, Tuttle.
In addition, she says, I'm going to wire you a stipend of 2,500 credits for you to do with you as you will. In addition, it looks like Professor Solstarny won't be using her Lashunta Temp Weave basic suit. It is made for a Kasatha and has 4 arms, but you can just tie 2 of those arms around your waist, and one of you should be able to use it if you wish.
What is it? What's it called? Shockweave?
It's what you have. It is a Lashunta Temp Weave basic armor. So
I have Aztecs 2, I think, right?
I don't know. I thought that's what you have. But anyhow, it's a light armor. It's pretty good.
But you said it's light armor, so...
Yeah, it's light armor.
Well, we'll take it, because maybe if we find her, we can give it back to her.
That's true, too. It is owned by the university, and it's only light bulk, so it's easy to carry around. So she says, of course, if you're going to be going to Ukalam, I strongly suggest that you get some supplies such as, anti-venom, antitoxins, anti-disease. It's a jungle out there.
Yeah.
All right.
I salute your dad joke kung fu on that one.
Hey.
Also, if we're successful, how are we on honorary degrees from the university?
Honorary degrees? Perhaps. You guys are minor celebrities. We'll see. I believe the athletics department is giving out some honorary degrees.
That's the kind we were hoping for. All right.
No, that's the kind maybe the Vesk is hoping for. But
I'm a degree in whoop-ass. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm thinking archaeology and anthropology.
We also have an excellent hotel management department.
Yeah, so
what management?
Yeah.
Hotel management and refreshment management. You can get a degree in there as well.
Nice. I like that.
That is worthless.
I'm thinking archaeology and anthropology.
Well, I'll tell you what. If you manage to make it all the way to the Forsaken City, find a professor, and come back, you too can publish a journal and become esteemed in academia and earn no money.
Been there, done that.
Okay, so great.
So with that, let me ask, do any of you speak Elven?
Ooh.
God,
No.
why would anyone want to
No.
No, I'm not.
They should speak our language.
Oh, well, actually, she's pretty pissed when you say that. She's like, really? Really, Mo?
Yeah, that's the way it works.
Anyhow, where you are going, Elvish is the predominant language, and it'd probably be useful if one of you could speak Elvish so you could actually understand what you find.
Well, why don't you make sure the translator also speaks Elvish?
Okay, I'll see what I can do about that. Let me see
Yeah.
if anyone is interested in joining you.
I'd like to point out I have 7 languages other than Common, and none of them are Elvish.
Wow. Well, just raise your voice.
I have 3 languages.
Well, I took all the sort of the sci-fi ones. I didn't take any of the old school
Yeah.
Pathfinder races. I do speak Castrovelian though.
Oh, nice.
That'll come in handy.
Just speak loud. Just speak loudly, and they'll understand what you're saying.
So with that, she wires the money to your account. She can give you the weave. She'll get you a grad student who can speak Elvish, and there you go. You guys are on a planet. You can do whatever you want, get whatever you want, and it sounds like you have a plan. She could tell you a little bit about that. The Elf Gates, actually, Hiroji knows this because this is where he's from. The way it works is the Elf Gates just teleport you, and it can go anywhere. The place you're going is one of the old abandoned forts that has sort of a light security troop, and that is the only way to get to the continent. You can't bring your ship. Your ship is going to have to stay here. So whatever you want, you're going to have to bring with you.
Do they offer their grad students combat training?
No.
Give it a gun and, tell them to point it that way.
I'll just put them in the front.
Can you say what that armor is again?
Yeah, it's Lashunta Temp Weave.
Temp
basic.
weave.
Basic?
Yeah,
Okay.
basic.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to want to wear that right now. All right, well, I think we need to just communicate with the Starfinder Society.
Right. Also see if they have any representatives that have some poison and disease dealing things that they could offer to us.
Well, with that, Woolhouse shows up. He's like, "Oh, hey guys, how you doing? I heard you were here. I ran across campus as quickly as possible to make sure I could help you all out. I heard you're going across the continent. That's so exciting. I wish I could go."
What luck?
Yeah.
Do you speak Elvish?
Oh, I don't know. That sounds kind of crazy. I guess I could go with you. I do speak Elvish, but I have a fear of death.
Oh, don't worry, please. You just stay right behind Mo, and you'll be fine. Everything will be good.
You must do what you feel is right, of course.
Oh, well, that would make a quite interesting paper, and if I do survive, I should be able to get the pick of my choosing. Let me think about it and talk to the professor to see if it would be okay if I came with you. And I promise I'd always help out, and I'd be totally out of the way. And of course, I'm completely useless in a fight, right?
That's fine. And you know that although sadly we can't pay you, you're going to get some great experience and really some wonderful references out of this. So it'll totally be worth your time.
Yes, references.
Oh, yes. Don't worry. The society takes good care of me. Very good care. As does the university. And being able to go on an adventure like this, I don't know. It sounds so dangerous.
Is he a professor?
No.
Or is he a grad student? Or what is he?
Twerp.
I thought he was a grad student until he said that the university takes care of him.
Yeah,
he's a Subway sandwich artist.
He was our local
advanced
contact
student of xenoarchaeology.
Wow, he is a grad student.
All right, cool.
Student.
Yeah. Wow.
They're called advanced students.
Actually, I have him as a postdoc student.
That's it.
No, that's good. That actually means he's doing his postdoctoral dissertation. He's actually already a doctor.
So I posted the credits in the general. So if you guys want to figure out anything you might want to get, anything you might want to bring, because whatever you bring is what you got, and you're going to have to trek through the jungle, and yep.
Okay, let me check. Who who has survival as a skill?
I do.
Not me.
I have 2 ranks of survival, no less. I'm looking at the equipment, and I can recommend a few things.
Actually, I also have survival. I don't have any ranks in it.
I have +3. I'm not great at it, but I did put one. I did somewhere along the line put 1 rank into it.
I have to see what survival entails. It actually doesn't
I have
say.
+7. What's an advanced med kit? I want to look at that.
Well, the advanced version of dealing with disease and poison areas is a spray flesh. It costs 440 credits.
Well, what does that do? Because I can beat that, I think.
Well, it's an advanced biotech medical device that sprays neurobiomass into a wound or area of concern. If you have ranks in medicine, it allows you to attempt a check to treat deadly wounds on a creature that's already received its limit of treating deadly wound benefits for the day. I see. It's actually not... Okay, so its point is to actually override the limitations. Interesting.
The antitoxin is only for poisons. I don't see actually anything for diseases. But it's only 150 credits for Tier 1.
I think the mechanic is treating diseases and poisons is a treat deadly wound, which means a DC 25 medicine check. You get a med kit or an advanced med kit to try and treat those.
Yeah, we can't afford an advanced med kit. Those are really expensive.
No, but
a med kit I think is 150?
100.
100?
Yeah, they're all called afflictions, and I think to simplify things, they have them just universally treated using one item.
Yeah. Who has ranks in medicine?
I do.
You're our healer.
I have ranks in everything.
So you should have some basic med kits.
I do as well. I'm +8 on medicine.
Oh, you're
He's a little better than me. I'm +7. I am taking a long, hard look at this advanced med kit, though.
Dude, that thing is...
It's more money than we have.
It's pretty expensive.
It's not that much more, and we have our own personal loot we can
Yeah, that's true. We do have a kitty. What? How much is the? What page are you on?
I'm on page 219.
It is 2,700 credits.
I know, but it makes the DC a 20 instead of a 25, and gives you a +2 bonus. So basically, for Tuttle, that's a 50-50 chance that he succeeds instead of a terribly awful number.
How many charges is that? Is that just for?
It's just a permanent thing. It's just I think, isn't it? Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah,
it's just a.
You know what? I'm in favor of that purchase, actually.
Well, if it doesn't have charges, if it's just allows the checks to be made,
it's not perishable, then we're
fine.
going to want it.
All right.
I mean, the basic med kit, it allows you to do the.
You actually sold me on the idea.
I sold you? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Jason, what do you think?
I'm okay with that.
Okay, because
it'll be 700 each.
Yeah, it's party loot.
Well, I mean, we have 25 that she gave us, so that's gone, and then we have to just divide the 200 by 4. So 50.
I will give 50.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
Great.
Do you guys also want to get antitoxins? They're cheap, 150. That gives you +3 for your saving throw. If anybody just stumbles, I think, like if I give 50 gold, I don't think I can afford it by myself.
Where do you see the what page is that on?
That was on 330. Oh shoot! It's the very top of 332. It's basically a tier 1 medicine, and a tier 1 medicine has antitoxin, and that's the one that helps with poisons.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
332, you said?
Page 232. I'm sorry, 232.
It's weird though. How do you use that? Is that after your?
So basically, if you want a medicine, like all tier 1 medicines are 150 each, it lists the medicines. So that's I think if you miss a save and you have to make another save, that's when you would use the antitoxin.
Mm-hmm.
It's weakened poisons already in your system.
How about Black Lotus Stygian, the best?
I would say
140,000 credits. Black Lotus extract.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, I think
just as a safety net, because we're going to be poisoned. It's going to happen.
How much are the antitoxins?
It's 150
for each, and they're disposable.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's only if somebody misses. So I don't even think we need 4. I think 1 would be fine for the group.
Great. All right.
Something else to look into, just because we're so anti-magic, you can get the spell amps, which are basically potions.
Right.
And there's probably a treat disease or something. I mean, I'd have to look, but that is probably almost even better, I think, because that probably cures it, just FYI.
Okay, spell ampules, I think they're 150 each also. No,
it depends on the level. They're 2... For level 1 spell, it's 300. For level 2 spell, it's 700. But it is a spell, so...
looking for diseases.
Remove medical condition spell. Remove condition. It's a mystic spell, 2nd level. Spell functions the same way as lesser, except you remove any one of the following... Oh, no. Conditions. Frightened, nauseated, shaken, sickened, or staggered.
I think actually the one you want is remove affliction.
Afflict.
Level 3.
On the same page. Lovely.
Expensive.
Yeah, that's the one. Buying a potion of that. How much is that? That's the question.
Oh, that's 3rd level. Yeah, we can't even afford that.
Well, we don't know that. How much does it cost? Potions were never that expensive in Pathfinder.
Okay, a 3rd level spell ampule is 3,000.
Okay, I take it back.
All right, other things, just basics. Does everyone have a backpack?
I have an industrial... We all have industrial
Yeah, we all have the basics. We don't need that.
Do we have a grappler?
I do not have a grappler.
No, we don't need a grappler, dude. We might need rope.
I have rope, but a grappler is... You need that, I think.
Oh, I can climb. I'm very athletic.
Sure, I'm athletic.
I think I have a plus... Too. I think... ridiculous in athletics.
Oh, hey, we could
Plus
buy
11.
How about an exploration buggy? We can buy one.
How much are those?
1,000.
We want a buggy. Maybe not good in the thick bush. Yeah, I don't think we can deal with disease. Other than medical. I don't think the advanced thing deals with diseases.
Sure, it does. Yes, it does, until you can find a rule that tells me otherwise. We're going to move
Wait,
on.
what just asked me? I'll look it up. What are you guys looking at?
Oh wait, no, treat disease. You're right. We were talking about whether or not the
med
med-
kit.
oh,
Yeah, the med
med-
kits.
okay.
Yeah. The med kits are they simplified it. It's not
Yeah.
like one thing does disease, one thing does poison, one thing. It's just one thing.
Yeah,
Period.
you're right, Chris. That was a good call. I like that idea of getting the advanced.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's worth it. It's
That's
money
right.
well spent.
However, it's level 5. Can we get that on this?
We're level 3. We're cool.
You
but in
are
this.
on. Yes, you are, because you are in a major settlement. You
Okay,
are on
major
a planet
settlement.
in one of the largest cities. You have no problem getting it here. But you are correct, John. If you are in a minor settlement, you can only get up to level 4.
Yeah, I got the impression we were in the sticks, so that's why I
Well,
asked.
it's a major university. Sure.
He was trying to rip on Hiroji there, but it went right by.
Oh, the planet is the Styx. We know that.
Are there any major settlements on this planet?
Well, define major.
Claude Hoppa.
This is a highly advanced warrior
doesn't look
and
it-
scientific
Well,
race.
It
I
doesn't
mean,
look
I'm-
like it by the map.
Look, I am really impressed. You guys actually have communication devices. You seem to actually have some television. This is really very impressive. I'm very impressed with you people.
Indoor plumbing too. This is very nice, Reggie. I take back some of what I said.
Honestly, I'm pretty impressed. Yeah,
This is the shining jewel of the pack world.
it's the shining jewel of this planet, no question.
Does everyone have cable line titanium alloy?
No,
I don't even know what that is.
it's a rope.
It's a rope.
I have some, but maybe not enough.
It doesn't even have a price.
Five credit per 10 feet.
Oh. You have one?
I don't know how
Then
big.
we all have one. There we are. That's all we needed.
Get one more
It's
for
the
Mo.
community rope.
Yeah.
Get one more for Mo. That's fine.
Let me see what I have. Hold on.
We don't need 2 ropes. I mean,
I have
we do.
50 feet of it. 50
yeah,
feet.
that's
If
really
he's the one who falls down the pit, then we'll need another one to get him out. That's all.
All the cool kids have rope.
Right.
Do you have rope? Tuttle?
So what I have down on our shopping list is antitoxin 150, medkit advanced 2700, cable line rope for Mo 5 credits. Anything else?
No, it's 50 credits.
50. Okay.
Well, no, it's 25.
It's 5 for every 10 feet. You know what? I say we get 100 feet.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Sounds
Why
great.
not?
All right.
Sounds good.
Moving on.
Okay, so
All right,
you
let's
can
make
put
our
that
list.
on Mo if you want, because I've got room.
Yeah. It's fine.
Well, the
is there-
med kit is the only thing that has
Okay.
bulk.
Is there anything else that we need to shop?
Yes, there is. Who's paying for that
Food.
rope? By the way?
We need food.
You need food.
Yeah, Mo will
Okay,
pay.
wait. One other thing is not that the GM should horn in on, but you probably will want tents.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't even see that as a thing. Is that a thing?
Really? Even Mo?
231. Well, it's funny because I was just in Costa Rica in the rainforest, and I was thinking the whole time while I was there, I was like, man, this is going to be really good because now I know what it's actually like. And let me tell you, after spending 2 weeks in the Costa Rican rainforest, it is 100 times worse than you actually think it might be.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't imagine what it'd be like going through this, without protective gear. It's terrible. So, yeah.
Okay,
you
tents are
probably
2
want-
credits each, unless you have, unless you want something more advanced, and of course Rusty does for 50 credits.
Oh, what
Yeah.
would that be, Rusty?
What's a mobile hotelier?
That would be where I'm staying. Now, you all don't need that, and that's fine. Don't worry about it.
Is that a layman's tiny hut for you?
It's fine. It's just very nice.
How many does it sleep?
Sleeps 1, sadly. Only
I don't
one.
think so.
It's all it does.
I
I'm
don't
sorry.
think so.
No, sorry. It doesn't fit anybody else.
Oh, it's basically it uses charges and it has
Oh,
a
look at
battery that.
that.
Actually has a little bit of environmental control.
Yeah,
Double.
2-person occupancy.
You can double the occupancy of the tent by doubling its price, though.
Not it. We're in a backward planet. They don't sell those 2 person ones here.
I think we should get a 6-person one.
You all can get something. I know what I'm getting. All right.
I think no, but I really think we should get a 6-person one and chip in 50 each. Why not? We're gonna have.
I'm not sleeping with you.
I think it's safer to have. Well, first of all, we don't need to chip in 50 each. At least we're going to have it each two bunks. It's 25 each.
Now you can double the occupancy of the tent by doubling the price, tripling the price.
Yeah, but it starts out with 2 people. Two people can go in the first one.
So for a 6-person, it's triple.
Yeah,
it's 150.
Triple. So 150.
Yep.
Right. All right, fine. Yeah. Why don't we actually just quadruple it, make it 200, and I'm going to take some space over on the side.
That's fine. I like that.
Yeah, that's fine. That works for me.
Good.
And we ship in 50 each.
The bulk for that will be probably, let's see, quadruple it. That'll be 4 bulk. We probably can't carry that.
Ooh.
In fact, yeah. I assume the bulk will be doubled when you double the occupancy.
Oh.
It doesn't say that, but I think that is a reasonable.
I don't hear the negatives until I find out about them, John. That's where we're
Steve
very
will have
different
to
in this
rule on
game.
that.
You decide I can't do it first, and I decide you can do it first. This is where we approach this game very differently.
Yeah, because a tent is light, kind of, so it's just a little more material.
Yeah, it's a matter of folding it over. It's made out of, space-age polymers. Literally, space-age polymers.
That's true, and it's also the square rule. Like if you double the inside, Actually, no. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just the number
doubling
of
the volume will not double the surface area.
That's right.
So,
all right, so we'll need some batteries.
I don't know if he's there.
I was sort of listening. I'm actually just waiting for you guys to figure out what you want, and then I'll chime in.
So I'm
writing up a list.
Yeah, just what I figured. I figured Bob will write up a list.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything else?
Also,
food. Give me food. Say the word food and the amount of money.
Yeah, I think rations.
It's rations. It's 1 credit per 1 week, but it's 1 bulk.
Yeah. How long are we going to be out there? Do you? Let's see. We'll probably get a week's worth. I think a week is all we need.
You can ask. You can ask them.
Well, how would they? Who would we ask for that?
Well,
we're teleporting to the place. It's not so. There's no travel. I have no idea how long we'll be out there.
True.
Assume a month.
The fort you're going to does have some basic supplies, so you will. It's sort of like the hotel gift shop. You're gonna have some things there, but
pack animals.
I don't know about that actually, but you'll have.
Well, we can always use Wayless as our pack animal. That's fine. He's our Sherpa.
That's true. If he's not going to fight, he can at least carry stuff.
That actually is true.
Plus, some of our survival people can live off the land, and we are talking about a jungle, so there's plenty of food out there. 1 check for a single day. Are we worried about canteens and all that crap?
I think rations include.
Yeah, that should be just rations. Yeah. Well, Bob, write down it's just a week.
Yeah.
I mean, it's.
No. I'll do 2 weeks for all of us. That's 8 people, which will come to 13 credits. So that's fine.
Yeah. Oh, actually, yeah, that's right. Weightless will carry all this stuff. He's got the tent. He's got the food. He's got the med
I don't
kit.
need rations. I already have 1 week, and I have the spindle, so I don't need it.
Yeah. I got a couple days of rations.
Okay, I got it.
Also, our suits, by the way, they're airtight if we ever need. I don't know if that means they're air conditioned as well.
Mine is.
Okay, so the way how that works, your suits will protect you from environmental conditions like extreme heat, extreme cold for 24 hours per level of your suit. So, and you have to turn that on and off in 1 hour increments. So if you're going somewhere you expect to be extremely hot, you will have to make fortitude saves every hour on the hour, and they continuously get harder. Otherwise, you do take heat damage. So
hot climate, environmental clothing.
Well, your armor has environmental protection in it, but it'll only last the amount of days by the amount of levels it is until you can recharge it, and you can only recharge it at a starship or a fort. You can't carry. It's not a battery you can carry with you.
I am bringing my still suit, desert fashion, of course.
I don't think that's going to be good for the jungle, but go crazy.
All right, so we got the food, we got our 100-foot rope, we got our 8-person tent. All right, things you're not considering that you must consider now.
Got our medicine.
Got our medicine. How's your ammo looking?
Don't need it.
How are people's ammo looking?
I
can charge my batteries off my suit.
I don't carry ammo, so.
Rusty, how's your ammo?
I have to check 1 second. I'm actually reading about the hot climate environmental clothing. You can wear it under your armor, and it doubles the benefit of environmental outfits.
How much is that?
Only 10 credits per person.
I am buying one of those.
Yeah. So we'll need 4 of those.
What page is that on?
It's in Hero Lab under other gear, but it's listed under clothing.
What's it called?
Hot climate. Well, clothing, hot climate environmental. I'm reading the whole description here. Bulk L. So it's clothing that can be worn underneath your armor.
Oh, look at that. Environmental. Well, there's specific ones you have to get. There's like cold, dust storm, extreme gravity, heat, radiation, zero gravity. Wow, that would have come in handy.
Hot climate?
For you? Nah, you don't need hot climate. Why don't you just get extreme gravity?
Yep.
Wow, that's cheap. It's 10 credits. That's almost cheap.
We've bought 4 of those already.
Okay. Hot climate ones. They give you a +2 circumference? Circumstance. I know, I'm looking at it. Bonus to fortitude saves against environmental heat dangers. Well, you are going into a hot jungle, so.
Yep. And I get new clothing. I get my my cool looking safari outfit. I'm very happy.
How about ammunition?
Yeah, I'm looking now. I need ammo.
I'm thinking about buying an ultra high capacity battery that is 100 charges.
Actually, I have an arc pistol and a laser pistol. I do need a couple of ammos. But
445 credit.
We have so many batteries, though, don't we?
Do we? I only have 5 on my sheet.
Yeah, that's a ton.
That's 100. That's less than 100 shots for me.
Yeah, well, still, I mean, like a battle, you'll do 5 shots. I guess we're not on a spaceship, so we can't recharge. So.
Right, that's a problem.
All right, I will get 1 refill of ammo for 40 credits, a small arm rounds.
I think we're almost done, right?
I believe so.
I'm out of money, so yeah.
Batteries. Oh, God. We have a bunch of batteries, right?
Do we?
We did at one point.
You have a lot. Yeah, you have a fair number. It's on your character. What do you want to know?
I only have 5, but what do
I have none listed on mine. That's why.
I have only 2 on mine.
I've got 2 batteries, but I have the little charger thing.
Oh,
I can go through everyone. Right. You want to go through everyone real quick?
Just batteries.
Yeah.
Yeah, batteries. Rusty has 2, but they're loaded, so you have no extras.
Ah, that's why. Okay.
Tuttle has 1 loaded and 1 extra. Mo has 2 loaded and 1 extra. Loaded means it's in your guns or your armor or whatever. And Hiroji has 3 loaded and 2 extra. So 5. 3 being used.
Yeah, to me, that seems like it's not enough.
You want to get one of those Uber batteries and just put it in the party kitty?
I want to put it in my gun.
Yeah, there's high-capacity batteries that have 40 charges. So
there's one that has 100 charges.
That's really? Holy moly.
That's an ultra-high capacity, and it's...
Oh, how much is the high?
Actually, like 300-something. So it's like so much worth it more to get the ultra.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to buy it for myself out of my own money.
All right.
And that'll leave me with some extra batteries if anyone else needs them. So,
all right, yeah.
I'm subtotaling. Yeah, everyone's ammo and batteries is on their own.
I lost the page where the batteries are, though. God damn it!
I guess when the goblins upgraded Cheddar, I no longer have weapons that use bullets. I hadn't really thought about that, but I guess that's true.
All right, Steve, I'm putting up what we bought in. Well, actually, I'll put it in general. For Mo, that leaves him with a whopping 8 credits.
That's where I usually have.
What did you deduct from me?
Well, it's 800 for everyone. I just put up the list.
But then you got to do your ammo yourself.
You got to do your ammo yourself.
Wait, 800 each?
It's on the screen. Read the screen.
799.5 each.
And we're all tipping the guy in the store a half a credit.
800 each.
800 each.
Yeah, but Bob, oh my God. You're doing the math wrong, though. We got 2,500 that
No, that
Steve
was
has stalled us
in the
5
chart.
times.
That was in the Excel sheet.
Read the line right above my numbers.
Read what I wrote right underneath the Excel document.
And right above my numbers. I don't do numbers wrong.
That included the 2,500.
Oh, okay. Well, that's odd. You did that way. Okay.
Well,
No,
I gave you the
he
most
added
up
it.
to date. It's not odd. I was
All right.
trying to be
All right.
accurate.
That's fine. So 13, 45, 63. No, but you gave me a number before, and then it's like, oh. Here's...
Well, that was before you got the money. I thought you'd be happy. Do you want me to take the money away?
No. I want it all to go to me.
I'll just kill everyone else in your party, and you will have it all.
Can you not give him ideas?
He'd lose.
All right.
Can roll
So,
above
okay. And you tip the guy half a credit.
It's 799.5. I don't deal with spittling small change.
You don't deal with pennies.
I do not deal with pennies, no.
It's the take a credit, leave a credit jar that they put on the cash register.
Exactly. And Steve, in addition to that, I spent 40 credits on ammo for my my normal pistol. But that's it.
Okay.
I'm done.
Just write it out, because I'm
Yeah.
actually doing something, and I'm not going to do this now, because it's going to take way too long. So we'll just assume this is on your sheets, and I'll do it tomorrow or something. I'll do it in between.
And Chris, if you're saying you have an extra battery, I'll buy one of your extra batteries off you.
No, you can have it.
Okay.
I
All
give you a battery.
Because I wouldn't mind having one extra battery.
I'll give you a battery. I'm going to buy for 445 credits the ultra high one, which is 100 capacity. And so I take the one out of my gun and give it to Tuttle, and I put the new one.
Yeah, I think when I get some money, I think I'll do something like that. But
I mean, that's awesome. I mean, for
we can
100
just swap,
charges.
swap batteries in the field as needed.
Well, it's good for something like an armor, a power armor, or like a weapon. You know, the problem is you can't really easily. I guess you could switch it from gun to gun if you really wanted to. I guess it's not that big.
Well, I plan to use my new gun always, so it's going to have 100 charges. And it takes two. I think it takes 2 charges per shot for this new
Really?
gun. I think so.
That sounds not a lot.
No. Well, also do keep in mind, and that is going to come in handy, that Tuttle is a walking hamster wheel, so he can charge your batteries.
That is cool. Does it take power away from his suit that he could be using for?
Yeah, it's
environmental-
No, it's like powered by my walking. So
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
it's kind of slow. I think it's like was it like a minute per charge or something? So it's not something you can do in combat.
Yeah, it's pretty fast. Like, you could definitely charge up everyone's batteries just
Wow.
walking around.
Yeah, Chris, you probably don't need to spend that on that battery then. Just unless you want
Well,
that. For
I
peace of
like
mind.
it. I like it so that I don't have to reload in combat ever, pretty much.
Yeah.
All right. So with pretty much the last of my remaining, I'm going to buy that for 445. I'm going to buy 3 fragmentation grenades, and I'm done.
The
Only 3 fragmentation grenades. Wow.
That's all I could afford. I wanted more.
Actually, this is for all of us. The only things I'm adding on my list are rations and ammo, because I will probably not be able to carry anything. Clothing, hot climate.
That's what
environment.
Wayless is for.
Yep. So I'm saying any of you who are carrying these items who just bought, let's divvy that out.
How much does the med kit weigh?
I'll repeat myself. That's what Wayless is for. He's not
Oh, yeah.
carrying
No, I
any
know.
armor. All that
Right.
stuff he carries. He's our porter.
Oh, he's our porter. I know that.
Do we want to buy him a backpack?
No.
I have 8 credits, so no.
Let me
I
think
he
about
has
it.
to have one.
You know what? I'll buy him one. I'm going to buy him a backpack. In fact, I'm going to buy him a nice industrial backpack.
Is it it's on loan though?
Well, yeah. I'm getting it back at the end of this. But right now, I'm giving it to him as a gift. At the end of the encounter, I'll tell him that now I need it back. That's all.
Yeah, well, I mean, dude, it doesn't have any resale value.
Yeah, right. And I'm done with my purchases.
Yeah, my gun uses two charges per pull of the trigger. That's annoying.
Some of the better weapons use 4.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's only 2.
Yellow Star Plasma Pistol uses 8, but it does good damage. What does Arc 2 mean?
Arc 2 is good. Arc
Because-
2 means when it crits, it hits more than one creature.
Oh, that's cool.
It arcs onto 2, I believe.
My weapon has a stun setting that will never be used. I'm ready.
You guys
Yay.
ready?
I spent all my credits.
Okay. Is anyone else buying anything?
I'm going to hold on to my last 170 or whatever credit.
I'm holding on to my 8 credits.
Hey everyone, Steve here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that episode. I was always thinking of cutting the shopping episodes, but the last one everyone seemed to really, really love. So I put this one in too as well, and I kept it. It actually is pretty fascinating because they need to shop going to a place where they absolutely positively know that there will be nothing that they can buy once they get there. So they really have to prepare, because if they don't have what they need, they are in trouble. So I thought I would keep it in to see how they prepare to go on a very long trip. And I thought some of their decisions were pretty fascinating, especially after the last encounter with poison and disease. They realized that Starfinder is not fooling around, and they really have to prepare this time. In addition, that Stitch Spider that Jason Keeley wrote just for us, I have to say that thing is fantastic. We've already used it several times because, as you guys probably know, we film a couple of episodes ahead, and this is really great. I think it's very well balanced. They've been using it quite a bit, and if you want it, you can go on Discord, and you can find it on the Discord channel. After every episode, I post images and notes from each show on the Discord, and you can go there and actually download the Stitch Spider and use it in your campaign. It's kind of a messed up wand. I wonder if it might even show up in Armory. I mean, he said he just wrote it just for us, but right now one of the big downsides of Starfinder is there's no wands or wand-like devices, and the Stitch Spider is basically a wand. It's awesome. And the nice thing I like about it is you can't use it in combat. It can only be used out of combat, so it's not broken in any way. Definitely check it out. So, GM tip is how to keep your game going. After I met with the Order of the Amber Die, I was talking to them. They've been playing since 1987, and we've been playing since, well, the 70s. So we have been playing together, on and off together for a long, long time. And it got me thinking is, how do we do that? Because even I will say that every so often we sort of start, and then we stop, and then we start up again. And I know a lot of people, it's the same story you hear over and over again. It's like, oh yeah, we were playing, and then we stopped playing, and I kind of miss it. I wish we kept playing. So how do we do it? Well, a few things. First of all, we have a dedicated schedule where we will play every week, and we try to play once a week. The other thing is, after every session is over, we make sure that we book the next session. We never, ever, ever leave a game table without booking our next session. That right there, if you're only going to get one thing out of this, is do that. Because if you don't do that, you can go very quickly into, oh, I thought we were going to play next week. No, I have plans. And then 2 weeks go by, then 3 weeks, and 4 weeks. And before you know, you're not playing anymore. But make sure you dedicate time and effort at the end of every session. I know you're always tired, but you sit down, and people might not have their schedules. We sit down and we make sure that we book next week's session, and then I put it on Facebook. I make sure it sends out to everybody, and obviously you don't have to use Facebook, but I would suggest that you use some program that keeps track of schedules that then sends reminders out to everybody. So that's how we do it. We always make sure that we never go without having every session booked ahead of time. As for in-between sessions, we also do little things like we have chat sessions. We use Facebook Messenger where we all talk to one another. You can use Discord. You can use anything really. But we make sure that we're always chatting with each other, talking about the characters, talking about the campaign. And as the GM, you kind of have to sort of lead that, in my opinion, and try to keep people engaged. And if people are engaged, they're going to want to play. But, if you just sit there and you hope that everyone's going to talk, because quite frankly, when we're in between sessions, a lot of us talk a lot. But Chris, for example, he's on the road a lot, so he can't chat as much in between games. So he's sort of very quiet between sessions. But the rest of us are pretty active, and we'll be chatting all the time. So that's something else, is that you got to kind of keep it going in between the sessions as well. Something else you can do, I haven't done this as much, but some people do it, is you could send out a weekly overview of what happened. You could send out the loot they found that week. You can send out their experience, a recap. Anything to keep them going and engaged so that they see, oh, we're making progress, we're moving forward. But if you're just going to sit there and you're going to play, and then you're going to say, okay, we'll play sometime next week, I'll tell you later when we're going to play, well, I guarantee your game group is going to just fall apart. It's just going to happen. Because if you don't really have a plan and stick to that plan of how you want the game to move forward, then it will eventually stop one day. Now, even ourselves, we have stopped playing. Why? Well, things happen. One time someone got very sick in our campaign, and he couldn't play for several months. I'm not going to say who, but someone couldn't play for about 3 or 4 months. So what did we do? Well, I didn't want us to lose momentum, but I wanted to keep playing, so we just started playing something else. We just started to play some society games, some smaller modules, things like that. We got someone else to join us, and we put together some new characters, and we just kept playing. You know, we play adventure paths, so when the person left for a while, we didn't want to keep going on the adventure path without him. So we just filled in the game, we continued playing, we just played some other stuff, and then when he was ready, we came back and we kept doing our regular campaign. So that's something else, is that if people can't make it, that doesn't mean you stop playing. That means you keep playing just without that person, but don't make them feel left out. Make them feel like they're part of the, party. Keep playing, but just change up the game. And then finally, in my case, I was playing a 4E game with some of my friends, and they wanted to keep playing the game, but I just couldn't make every session. So the GM at the time, this is one of the very rare times where I'm a player, he came up with this genius idea of where I was playing a sorcerer and I was kind of lost in between time and space, and I would just randomly teleport in and out of existence. And he kind of tied it into my character. So whenever I missed a session, he just ruled, oh yeah, he just disappeared. And then when I came back, I just reappeared and they caught me back up. So it didn't break up the story at all. It was actually part of the story, and in the end, it actually was part of my character and what they developed and turned into. It actually was pretty cool. It turned out I was like a handmaiden of Loth, and I was like her second command. But, I'm talking a little bit too much about my character, but it was really, really cool. Anyhow, that is a great way to sort of keep someone in a game who can appear in every game. I'm not a big fan of having somebody else play your character. Some people do that. I don't really like that. I just kind of write it into the story that person's character just couldn't make it that week. Maybe they had a death in the family. Maybe they had to go on a side adventure, swept away into some grand adventure somewhere. But I'd much rather you write that into the game itself. Anyhow, hopefully that gives you some tips on how to keep your game going. Again, it's work. It's just not going to happen automatically. If you don't actively try to keep the game going and keep everyone engaged, it's just going to fade out. Next, we have the PaizoCon contest. Once again, giving out a free trip to PaizoCon. Everyone's listening to this probably knows this. And every week I ask a new question. A few caveats: you have to be 18 or older, you have to live in the continental US, and you have to get all these questions right when I ask you what to do, which will be next week. You'll submit all the questions for the last 4 or 5 episodes. At the end of every episode, I ask a question. You get them all right, you'll put into the drawing, and then someone will randomly win. So with that, this week's question is, how many credits did Mo have left after they were done shopping? That's this week's question. Also, I want to say a note about last week's question. It might have been a little confusing because it's a little hard to tell what everyone's roles were. So just a clarification. All I need you to do is tell me what the roles were for Bob, Rob, and Jason and their Intimidate checks. I don't need to know who rolled what, but there is one part where I very clearly state all 3 roles, and that's all I need to know. So if I was a little confusing last week, I apologize, but now you've been explained to how this should work, and when it comes to preparing and sending in your answers, you'll know how to do it. Again, next week, we're going to actually give instructions on how you can enter, and then by the end of the month, we will have a winner. Also this week, we have the $100 Amazon gift card contest. Once again, please review the show on iTunes, Facebook, or Stitcher. All you now have to do is submit a review. That's it. Submit a review. You write us at contest@rollforcombat.com, and you're entered. That's it. Really, really simple. So if you like the show, please review us. Please put something out there. I know there's a lot of people who haven't entered because there's way, way more people who listen to the show on a regular basis that have entered this contest. And trust me, you can win. There's a very good chance you can win. That's what everyone who wins keeps saying. They can't believe they won. Well, all you have to do is put in an email. It takes you 5 seconds. This week, the winner is Septimus. Septimus, who put in a review on Stitcher. All you have to do is contact me. You can just go on the Discord and contact me. It's just discord.rollforcombat.com, or you can write me at contest@rollforcombat.com. Send me your email address, and I will send you your Amazon gift card. Congratulations. And don't forget, next week, we have the interview with the Order of the Amber Die. I think you guys are going to really enjoy this. There's some fun group of guys. I also have a ton of pictures from their secret lair. And man, I love their house. It's funny. Their house looks like, I don't know, looks like D&D and Pathfinder exploded and just decorated the house. It's great. Don't forget, check out the Stitch Spider on Discord. And if you just want to play some Starfinder Society, we're starting up some new games. Again, just go to discord.rollforcombat.com. Check it out. Don't forget, check us out and follow us on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. You name it, we're on it. Check us out. Follow us. You'll know what's going on. Subscribe to the podcast, please. iTunes, Stitcher, or whatever else you use. YouTube. A lot of people seem to be subscribing to us on YouTube, which is awesome. And with that, I will talk to you guys next week. See ya.
You've been listening to Roll for Combat, a Starfinder actual play podcast. If you have a question or comment for the show, please visit us at rollforcombat.com or drop us a line at contact@rollforcombat.com. You can also find us on Twitter, Facebook, Discord, and other social media platforms. You've been listening to Roll for Combat. Until next week, always remember Hiroji's motto, why am I even wearing armor?